Hello, Watford. Okay, we are going to do a seated chair workout. Just a reminder that we want everyone to go at their own pace, take breaks when they need to, listen to your body. So if your body is telling you that you can't do something that I'm doing, then go at a lesser range of motion or take a break and start back up when you can. We are going to use the band and the ball today. So, checking your band quickly for any rips or tears to make sure that it's safe for use. But for now, while we get warmed up, we are going to just leave that on the back of our chair, move our ball out of the way, and start marching in place. I want to see those knees coming up and those arms pumping at your side. Again, if you have any shoulder conditions, heart condition, just make sure that you are being mindful of when you're getting those arms up above your head. You can always keep them out in front or at the side to keep that heart rate down a little bit or to help with any shoulder discomfort. All right, we're going to switch now to toe taps out in front, so tapping those toes, and we're going to push out in front. Again, just getting ourselves warmed up here. All right, and back to that march. And next we are going to move into heel digs. So we're going to dig our heels out in front and a bicep curl. Don't forget to breathe the entire time we're exercising. We don't want to be holding our breath. Keeping our posture up nice and tall. And again, going at a pace that works for you. This is your workout. Make it work for you. And back to marching in place. And now we're going to kick and punch. So opposite foot, opposite hand. Again, keeping that posture up nice and tall. If you can only kick down low like this, that's fine. It's whatever range of motion you have. But we are trying to get that heart rate up. We want to get you to a moderate exertion level. We want you to still be able to talk, but we want you to feel a little winded. And back to marching in place. We're going to go through those one more time before we move on to something new. So again, toe taps with a push. And next we're moving into those heel digs with a bicep curl. Moving a little bit faster now between the exercises. And switching now to those kicks with a punch. And march it out. So we're going to continue on with our cardio here. I want you to take the legs wide and small, wide and small. Keeping those arms pumping, please. This is a great opportunity to talk about our core. While we're doing all of these moves, it doesn't matter if we're doing cardio, strength, balance, I want you to be focusing on those core muscles and trying to tighten those core muscles to keep and protect all around. Let's move to a side tap. And we are going to throw a punch. And march it out. And next we are going to be bringing in some high knees with rainbow arms. So we're going to tap and overhead and tap overhead. I hope you're starting to feel a little warm by now. And march it out. And we're going to go wide, wide, small, small. Back to the top of these three little workouts, little exercises. Wide, wide, small, small. Keep those arms pumping. And remember to breathe. All right, we're going to do that tap with a punch. And high knee with arms overhead. Again, if shoulders or heart issues, we can just go right in here. But if you're able, we do want to see those arms up overhead. And march it out. Okay, quick feet, quick feet. Go, go, go. And march it out. And we're going to shoulder tap and arms overhead. And quick feet. Go, 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 go. Quick feet. And march it out. And arms overhead. And march it out, arms up the side. And we're going to go ahead now and move into our strength portion. So if you want to go ahead and grab, actually let's grab our ball first. If I can find mine. All right, grabbing hold of our ball, squeezing it with our hand, our fingers. Just going to go out in front and out to the other side. Just really opening up that chest, squeezing those back muscles when you're pulling open. Don't forget to breathe. Smile if you can. Okay. And now we are going to go up overhead and down. Overhead and down. Okay, bringing that ball out in front of us, palms on the ball, elbows up to the side, and you're going to squeeze in and release. And squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. And squeeze and release. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release, and one more, squeeze, 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 keep squeezing, and release. Taking that ball again with our fingertips, and we're just going to rotate the ball while squeezing with our fingertips in one direction. And switching directions, rotating those wrists and squeezing at the fingertips. Okay, rolling those shoulders back and down. Placing our ball now on our left knee. We're going to go left palm, right palm, and we're going to push up into the ball with our knee and down with our hands, and release, and up and squeeze, really focusing on those core muscles right now, and release, and up and squeeze, and release, again, squeeze, and release, and two more, squeeze, and release, and one more, squeeze, and release. Switching to the other side, right knee, right palm, left palm, pushing up, squeeze that ball, and release, and squeeze, and release, squeeze, and release, squeeze, and release, squeeze, and release, and we'll do one more, squeeze, and release. Taking that ball now, we're just going to put our heels, dig our heels into the ground, taking our ball, rolling it all the way down to the tip of our shoe, and all the way back up, and over to the other side, rolling that ball down, and all the way back up. And back over. Let's do that one more time on each side. Rolling that ball down and back up. And other side, rolling that ball down and back up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set our ball down and grab hold of those bands. Taking our band now, placing it underneath our armpits, sitting up nice and tall, and we're just going to push out in front and back in. You want to make sure that there's always tension on the band, that you're controlling the movement in both directions. Okay, so this time we're going to go out and in and give me a knee lift. Out and in, and the opposite knee lift. Out and in, knee lift. Out and in, knee lift. Keep that going. Let's do one more each side. And last one. Okay, leaving that band there. I'm going to bring the arms up to goalposts. And we're going to bring the arms in, touch the forearms, and open back up. Try to make sure that your shoulders are not creeping up to your ears. You want to keep them down and relaxed. We have one more here. Okay, taking that band down. And just holding on to your band for now, we're going to do toe taps. So actually, let's double our band up. Just hold it out in front. And pick a toe. So we're going to keep the heel planted, and we're just tapping that toe. I'm doing my right side first. Sitting up nice and tall. Again, you should feel that in your shin. And it should start to get harder and harder and slower as the muscles fatigue. This is great for strengthening the muscles that help you lift your toe to help with preventing falls. Something you can do multiple times a day from a seated position. Okay, shake out that one, and let's do the other side now. Again, making sure that heel is nice and planted and tapping that toe. You will find that one side is potentially easier than the other, and that's okay. We always have a dominant side. Keep tapping. Okay, shake that out. Taking our bands now and placing them underneath our feet. Now you can have your heels on the floor for this one. You can have your feet planted, or if you want to get wild and crazy, you can hover the feet above. Just make sure that you're not slouching funny, that you're sitting up nice and tall still. I'm going to leave my heels on the floor. Okay, getting a nice grip on that band. Okay. So we are going to row that band back and controlled release on the way back. I want you to focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together. All right, planting those feet flat on the floor now if they're not already there. We'll do some bicep curls. So locking those elbows in nice and tight to your side. Going to curl up and control it on the way down. If you're going faster than I am, you're going too fast. Slow it down. Again, don't forget to breathe. We'll do a couple more here. All right. Leaving our band under our feet, we're just going to space out our feet a little bit so that you can see some band in between them. Feet planted on the ground. We're going to stand up out of our chair, holding on to those bands that are still underneath your feet, okay? And we're going to walk first in one direction. 1, 2, 3. I want to see a slight bend in those knees and a good firm grip on that band, and back. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. And back. 1, 2, 3. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. And back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, stepping off of that band now. We're going to go ahead and make sure we know where our chair is. We're just going to come down to a seated position again. Taking our bands now in one hand, placing it on our opposite shoulder, and grabbing hold of a piece of that band. We're going to do our triceps. We're just going to pull down and control it on the way up. There's a couple more here. And switching to the other side. Again, grabbing hold of that band, opposite shoulder, grabbing a hold of one of those pieces and pulling down. All right, setting that band aside. Sitting comfortably on your chair, so maybe not all the way back, but not all the way forward either. We want our feet, again, shoulder width or wider. If you're a tall person, I want to see those feet even wider than your shoulder. And we're just going to stand up out of that chair, squeezing everything in our legs and behind, and coming all the way back down to a seated position. And back up and back down. Again, taking your time. I don't want any momentum, so I don't want to see people leaning and then rocking to get out of that chair. Just nice and controlled to seat and back down. Now, if this is not enough of a challenge for you, you can hover over that seat and back up. But I want you to be mindful of your knees, that they aren't tracking too far over your toes. If you're feeling pressure in your knees, you may need to widen that stance a little bit to make it easier for you to come down. Let's do a few more here. I know it's a lot of squatting. Okay. Again, being mindful of where our chair is, coming all the way down to a seated position, grabbing that band again. This time we're going to take the band in both hands up overhead, and we're just going to pull down to chest height and control it on the way back up. And I don't want to see any slack in the band in between. So we're just coming down and back up. A few more here. I really want you to be focusing on squeezing these muscles right in along your sides, your lats. Okay, bringing that band down. Let's go ahead and do some chair sit-ups. So coming slightly forward on your chair, sitting up nice and tall, your hands can come up beside your temples. They can cross over in front of you. And we're just going to lean back. You don't have to touch your chair. And then coming forward. I don't want to see any curling of the back to try and touch the back of your chair. I want you to keep that nice straight posture. Again, really focusing on that core. Okay. Shake it out. Standing up now out of our chair, we're going to head to the back of our chair, and we're going to do our heel raises. So feet just a comfortable distance apart, and we're going to come up on those toes and controlled on the way back down. Nice and controlled in both directions. Okay, a few more here. And standing to the sides of our chair, we're just going to do our kicks out in front. And out to the side. And back behind us. Making sure that you have a slight bend in that knee of the leg you're standing on. And back out in front. And out to the side. And back behind. And moving to the other side of your chair. Again, remember that slight bend in the knee, and we're out in front first. And out to the side. And back behind. And out in front. And out to the side. And back behind. We're almost there. Okay, shake that out. Shake that out. Let's do our Supermans just real quick. So standing behind our chair for support, just going to kick one leg back, bring our arm out, and try to bring out that other arm if you can. And standing back up, and other side, kicking that leg out, one arm, and then the other. And coming back to center. Holding onto the side of your chair, we are going to do some stretching now. So we're just going to grab hold of that foot, stretch out that muscle there in the leg. Again, trying not to lock out the knee on the leg that you're standing on. And switching to the other side. Keeping that knee in nice and close to the other knee. So we don't want to see it flying out to the side. It should be in nice and close. And setting that foot down, having a seat back in our chair. We're going to put our right foot heel down out, and we're just going to reach down as far as we can. Try and touch that toe. Again, keeping that posture nice and tall. We don't want to be curling. Be sitting up nice and tall, folding at the hips. And switching to the other side. Heel into the floor, reaching as far as you can. You might be More flexible on one side than the other, and that is okay. And coming back up to seated, we will stretch out those hips. So placing that foot, again, wherever you are at, if crossing your ankles allows you to feel that stretch in the hip, wherever you need to be to feel that stretch. And then from here, if you want to give a little push on that knee, you can. If you want to lean forward into that knee for more of a stretch. And then the last thing you could do if you still needed more of a stretch is to try and lift that heel off the floor. But again, this shouldn't be painful. It should feel good, like a stretch. And switching to the other side. Again, wherever you are to feel that stretch. Okay, planting both feet on the floor. We're going to reach our right arm above our head. And when you think you've reached as far as you can, I want you to try and reach a little further. And then bend over to the side. And switching sides, again reaching up, and then reach a little higher and bend over to the side. Bringing our right arm across, using our other arm, dropping that shoulder away from the ear. And opening back up, and other side. Rolling those shoulders back and down. And opening up, thumbs up. Open up that chest as far as you can. And then curl that back in. And open. And curl. And one more time, open. And curl. Sitting up nice and tall, dropping our right ear to our right shoulder. Back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Back to center, opening up those arms. Give yourself a big hug. Thank you for coming, and I hope everyone enjoyed their time, and we will see you again soon.